This is Vienna, the capital of Austria. This city was once famous in Europe for its beautiful buildings and theaters, but Vienna has changed in recent years. We spent 72 hours in this city. Join us in exploring the real Vienna. We show you the reality of life marked by poverty, violence, littering, and prostitution. Welcome to today's Vienna. Anyone who looks around in the Favoriten district will immediately be confronted with the changes. The cityscape has changed. People from Syria, Afghanistan, and many other countries dominate the cityscape. The headscarf, which was still a rarity here 10 years ago, has become everyday life. We see many women dressing in colorful veils, as one was previously only accustomed to from Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan. We even see women in so-called full veiling, although this is banned in Vienna. This ban is circumvented by an alleged mouth and nose protection. The shops have also changed. Where currywurst or Kaiserschmarrn was eaten before, today you find doner and other oriental dishes. Since we only speak German, we cannot read many shop signs that are written in Arabic. Groups of teenagers are lounging on benches. Shops that can afford it hire a security service. This development does not come without victims. Traditionally, Austrian shops that had existed for decades have had to close in the meantime. For many people, especially pensioners, this development is a catastrophe. They can hardly find their way in this new world. To take a closer look at the hustle and bustle, we visit the Municipal market. Here we see the same development. Years ago, this was still a popular location for farmers from the Vienna area. But today, the market is dominated by traders from the Arab region. We hear at least 15 different languages. Sellers inspect us suspiciously because of our skin color and the camera. The best seller, besides the numerous fruit varieties, is Oriental clothing, which is available in abundance at this market. Haggling is the order of the day here. Anyone who enters the Viennese side streets is immediately confronted with another problem. Garbage has now become part of the cityscape. While garbage collection mainly focuses on the tourist inner city, residential areas and peripheral districts are sinking into this garbage chaos. While further exploring the city, we notice how homelessness has dramatically increased in recent years. During our exploration tour, we repeatedly see people rummaging through the garbage or begging for alms. Homeless people lying directly next to a busy street are now part of everyday life in Vienna. On the forecourts, we have the same picture. Homeless people lounge on the church benches. Drugs are dealt openly. They all use a single public toilet. The smell of urine hangs in the air. Many churches in Vienna are now closed. Graffiti on the church walls suggests why. Vandalism has increased more and more. If churches are open, they serve as sleeping places for homeless people who beg for a few euros in the entrance area. We ask an Algerian how crime in Vienna has developed. He tells us,
"Violence is normal. Crime is everywhere here. Today's young people have changed. They only want quick money without having to work for it. They want expensive shoes. But I can understand them. Without branded clothes, you're no longer respected in school today. Without Nikes, you're not important enough anymore."
Suddenly, the situation escalates. The dealers on the square feel disturbed by our camera. Drug violence has risen sharply in Vienna in recent years. Many places in public squares and streets bear witness to this. Police and fire department are now in constant operation. Everywhere you can still see the traces of these conflicts that are carried out in full public view. In general, a certain lawlessness has taken hold in Vienna. We repeatedly see crimes like open drug dealing or minor offenses that remain completely without consequences. Numerous Viennese tell us that they therefore avoid public spaces in the evenings and at night. When we want to get to the bottom of it, we are confronted with another Viennese phenomenon. Due to European freedom of travel, more and more Eastern European and Asian sex workers have come to Vienna. In popular parlance, this is also called poverty prostitution. Red light testifies to the corresponding establishments. It is even practiced directly under family apartments. However, we find the really shocking conditions in Vienna's industrial area on the so-called street walking strip. Some women offer their bodies here for only 10 euros. They stand on the roadside and wait for their customers. In this night, we count clearly over 20 women that we see on the roadside. Again and again, they also become victims of violent crimes. We wonder where these numerous poor people we encountered in Vienna live. We decide to take a closer look at the poverty districts in Vienna. On the way, we drive through the Viennese inner city and are confronted with a completely different world. Magnificent buildings and green parks obscure the real picture of Vienna. Progressive flags wherever the eye looks. People show the Ukraine flag as a sign of solidarity. A poster of the Social Democratic leader shows who has governed Vienna for decades. In stark contrast stand the poor residential districts in Vienna. Multi-story dilapidated social buildings give an idea of what it must look like in the apartments. Many of the buildings are damaged and smeared with graffiti. The garbage is often simply thrown out of the apartment windows. The garbage cans are also overflowing here, and in the parks where children play, you find garbage everywhere. With that, our exploration tour comes to an end. Subscribe to this channel and share the video. See you soon from another city in Europe.